Good morning, brothers. Welcome to another edition of the Brown Bag Gentleman. Today we're going to use another Christmas product we didn't use yet. Today is January 2nd, and we're going to use the AP Shave Co. brush with the cashmere head on it. As I mentioned in a previous video, this is absolutely the softest, luxurious brush head I've ever used ever, period. Hats off to AP Shave Co. That brush head is just wonderful. This is a big old honkin' 30mm knot, big old handle too. That's kind of just shiny. You know, guys and shiny stuff, yeah. So of course it holds a ton of soap. Whipped it up, it's mostly in the heads here. See, I whipped it up in this bowl here. Today's soap is, let me get that soap so I can show you. Nocturn. So you can see that Nocturn is that fall scent in New England. From we're at Barrister Mann. Let me put that back on the shelf. It's a couple of years older. Now it's starting to show, just let me show that to you. I don't know if you can tell on camera, it's starting to show a little bit of tinge of brown around the edges. I do dry it out before I put it back, because I rotate out my soaps at whim, typically daily, but lately not so much daily. And see, I think it's starting to show its age a little bit, but no signs of slowing down and lathering out. Barrister Mann soap too, good stuff. So let's of course start the shave today. We're gonna wet up the face so I can wash it. So let me get this warm soap or the warm water out of the sink. Yes, nice drippy face. Dip this in the sink water a little bit to get it wet. PAA cube as usual. Oh yeah, nice warm water. Start the shave. It's Saturday, of course, January 2nd, 2021. There, okay, let's wash my hands off a little bit. Still feel a little bit of residual oil that seems to be coming off. I used the Old Spice Spiffy pomade today, so it seems to wash out a little easier than that other thing. See, when I showed you there, that Timelwss pomade is just pure petroleum jelly with some scent in it. It's greasy, but it holds. It does a good job. And particularly in the winter time when it's drier out, to keep the scalp moist. That is key. That keeps the itch, so you don't get the itch or the dandruff. It just works. But I covered how to deal with dandruff and using pomades in a previous video a week or so ago. So I'll go back and check that one out. Seems weird the bathroom door is open instead of closed like I used to do, because my dog passed away, so I no longer have a little visitor coming in. So Bunny Sue was a good dog, but she got to be old and no longer with us. She's with the Lord now. There we go. Oh, this brush just feels so soft and nice. Ken from Ken Shaving and BSing. I'm not sure I've seen you try that one. I don't remember, so I'm just throwing it out there, brother. You might like this, and for all you guys looking for a new brush, and I'm kind of itching for a custom brush too, from an artisan maker here too, and paying some bucks. But I'm already thinking I'm going to put this head in it. I want to get the handle and put this head in it. I have it be smaller. I want a smaller knot. This is huge, which is great for the big, the 4-inch pucks and all that. But for the little pucks, little stuff, it's a little tough to get in there. So I want a smaller brush too. And I want it to be this head. I'm already thinking that. So I know Brian Moffat's showing some awesome stuff. And I'm saving my pennies, because I think I'd like to have one of his brushes, one of his combination wood and resin brushes. They just pop. I think they're just phenomenal. Gorgeous brushes. Brian, you do good work. It's party. Okay, seeing this thing drip too. It's the one negative I have to say about this brush. I see it drips a lot, but that could be water content that I'm doing. I'm afraid of putting too little water in it. Such a massive brush. So we'll see how I do, because that's why I don't normally face lather, because of all the drippage and thing. So if this thing's dripping, I'm sure it's just excess water. Now today's razor is a good one. It's expensive. Darn, it's expensive, but wow. Timelwss with a mild base plate. Oh yeah, pass one with the grain. I mean, this thing is so mild, yet so efficient. I don't know how I do both. I've never had an experience with any other razor where it could be feels this mild, yet the post shave, especially post shave the next day before I shave again, it's just so efficient. It's like you can tell the next day that it hasn't grown out as much as your average razor, like your average Gillette. It just doesn't grow out that much. It doesn't. And Gillette's, I consider those, yeah, just a middle of the road average shaver as far as efficiency. They're just, they don't win any awards for great, but they're not crap either. They're just good. They're solid. They're reliable, but they're just not as efficient as this is and as smooth as this is. But they're also a heck of a lot cheaper too. Something be said for that. This is an expensive razor, and it doesn't get up underneath the nose. That good. I was struggling and stretching to get underneath there. I mean, it did pretty good. A couple spots, but actually not bad. But it could be better. I mean, I'm really pushing to get in there, and I'm, pushing it to envelope to cut myself too with how much I'm pushing up in there. Yeah, I see a little bit of sensitivity there already. So for this base plate, it comes with a price to get up underneath there. Having said that, I have recently seen where they're coming out with a new base plate that's shallower. It's not so thick. See how basically tall that base plate is? How it goes from there to there. Well, then they have a new base plate that's a lot flatter. I'm intrigued. I know it's not going to be cheap. I just saw, I think, a Chris Bailey from my MCDB video on it, so I'm intrigued. And it's like, yeah, we'll see. I'm sure it'll be expensive, so it won't be just an immediate purchase at all. I buy all my own stuff. Nobody gives me anything to try for free or anything. It's all my nickel. So it might be a wait. But I'm intrigued. Oh, that's dripping again. Yeah. But I mean, it's holding so much lather. There's so much stink lather in this brush. Gonna get the corners of the lip there. I didn't get that so good yesterday. I was experimenting with that open comb and trying not to cut myself on the edges of the lips and still get in there, but I didn't do so good yesterday. So that's still a work in progress. But that's not anything knock on the Christopher Bradley razor at all, the carved razor. That's on me. I got to learn it. Learn how to get in there efficiently and get in there without cutting myself. Pass 2 across the grain. Okay, I haven't used this razor a couple of months, but I can tell you that after past 3 through the day, sometimes I get just a little bit of a resistant whiskers up here, the little gray whiskers that will just kind of stick up, and I can feel them through the day, but that don't happen with this razor. It gets them. And coming across here, sometimes I cut myself with other razors. And of course, this is day 1 with this blade. Let's put a new Gillette Silver Blue in it just before the camera went on. And I'm not having any problems. Now that I've said that, yeah, there's going to be a cut. You know what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Oh, that helped. Yeah, that helped on this side. Just a little bit. Okay, I just went over this little imperfections there twice. It didn't cut me. That's what I can't figure. This razor does so well with a 3-pass shave. It's smooth and comfortable. Daily driver, I could use this every day. Got some nice heft to it. Weight of the razor only. And that is a steel, solid steel razor. Nice billet steel. Got some heft. Weight of the razor. But darn, it just is so nice and smooth. And it's been a couple of months, so you know, you can almost forget how good this razor is. That handle too. I didn't talk about the handle. That handle with that's just a barber pole handle. That little fine little cutting in there. It holds your hand like the car razor does. It's not a deep one, but it just holds. It holds well. Actually, this week too, I'm going to use that nice greasy pomade too. I want to see how that holds up because I'm not sure if I've ever used that razor after using that greasy pomade Tres Flores. That's a challenge for this week. Probably off camera, but it's going to be a personal challenge. And now I'm just jabber-jawing and slapping on soap, and I could have stopped a minute ago and been fine. Okay, pass 3 against the grain. Let's see, this is what they call it, the scalp edge, and then of course the fancier head there. Oh yeah, I mean you hear that slice, but I'm not getting dragged. It's just slicing clean. Of course, it's day 1 on a new blade. Okay, I dug in there. Huh? Oh yeah, that's better. Didn't feel like I was going to get myself. Let's try it on the other side to see if I still feel the same way. Some ways I wish this was just a tick more aggressive. But when I'm done with the 3rd pass and I'm looking at you and feeling it a couple hours later, going, dang, that's a close shave. That feels like I really need it more aggressive. This is the mild aggression base plate. And I know back several years back, Chris over at IMCDB, he liked the bronze version of this, which is a little bulkier, with a little, not as finely machined and all that, but still a wonderful razor. And I used to own that same thing, but decided that 2 Timelwsses were too many. And he liked, and that's like even more mild. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Oops, feel a little spot right there. There we go. It's gone now. Oh, right there. Right where it indents. It indents right here on both sides. Right in there. So I get to dig in after it. Light touch. Just that way that razor just hear those. Of course, nice residual slickness. The Barrister Mann soap, good soap. I like the scent too. It's an ozone-y, apple-y. It reminds me of going to the apple orchard. That's what it reminds me from when I was living in New Hampshire. That's what that soap reminds me of. So I guess they succeeded in what they were looking to do for the scent. Because that's what it reminds me of. Okay, this. There's still plenty of gobs and gobs of soap. I mean, wow. There's so much soap in that brush. Easy to do another 3-pass shave. Oh yeah, man, that feels good. Okay, let's rinse off the razor. Okay, I'm gonna pause and rinse off. Be right back. And I'm back. rinsed off all the equipment, put it away, rinsed off the face, wiped it off with some warm water out of the sink, followed by cold water. And I used the cloth this time for the cold water instead of just a splash. But then, of course, I did splash and use the alum block afterwards. So the face is still just a little bit damp from that. But we are going to use a new Christmas present too. I got to get glasses. Alighieri Sterling Soapworks. They're 2 ounce, like, I don't know if we call it really a sample size, but a sampler anyway. 2 ounce size, lasts for a little while. I've got another one of theirs that I liked. I still use. I like this. My wife likes this too. D503. I don't know if it just never got a name or just scrambled, but Linda likes this. And she also likes this. And I got her a woman's sample. I can't remember what scent it was, but she got a woman's aftershave sample. Okay, nice generous splash. Oh yes. Oh, that smells good. I think this, Chris Bailey, if you're watching, I think you're going to like this one. I know you like citrusy stuff. This to me is a little melony. So if you like melon stuff, it's kind of what I get out of the initial. And some sweetness, you know, typical too. But I like this. And I'm not one always to necessarily save this for like a spring, summer thing either. I like it. I want to use it now. Got it for Christmas. I'm using it now. And I'm going to finish up with the Nivea Men's. Let's say safe face, body, hand lotion. And basically that's where it's going. It's going to go on the face, post shave after. I'm just going to give this a minute or two to dry off first. Going to put it on the face, the nose, the forehead, and the hands too. My hands get dried out, especially my finger. Use my fingers a lot and all that. Get dry and itchy. I'm going to work in the garage some today too, out in the dry garage. And it'll help protect the hands from getting a little itchy, the skin. But I hope you enjoyed today's shave and go with God.